Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. Lord Hermer sits at the centre of the web of government like a fat, greedy spider, his fingers on threads, feeling every vibration and every movement. Everything must report back to him. Really, everyone must report. Civil servants must report to him, politicians must report to him. He's put his tendrils out through every department, through every ministry, and through every person. He's got complete control. He's a puppet master. You'd have to wonder if he is the puppet master of Starmer, or if Starmer is the man pulling his strings. I suspect Hermer is really the one in charge. Now, thanks to documents that have been released, you can see how far his baleful control extends out into the government and by extension the country. Hermer, he has personally written letters to the heads of every department, issuing official guidelines, and effectively handing himself a veto over every single policy in every single ministry. What's the point of having ministers if it's all his decision? He will sit there and someone say, "We want to do this." He will look at it and say yes or no. He's unelected, remember. He's not an MP. He does not represent the people. He was brought in by Starmer. We cannot get rid of him. And yet he has all the power. When an idea comes up, he can say, "No, don't like that." Or "No, that could have legal consequences down the line." Or "No, that's too expensive for the return." But who the hell is he to say? Not an elected representative. Just one of Starmer's bum chums, as far as I can tell. Lawyers within the government have been told by Hermer to assume that every ministerial decision, policy, thought could face a legal challenge. They are told that they must examine every utterance for potential liabilities. He's introduced what he's calling, or what they're known as, a snitch clause, which forces, by penalty of, expulsion, firing, death next, I suppose, all civil servants to report directly to Hermer if they even suspect people, ministers, officials, might be about to act unlawfully, whether they do or not. He's indicated that he will be setting people up to do something to see if other people report that. So he could go up to, say, an official and say, "I want you to say this to somebody." And then they say it. And then that somebody doesn't report them. Then that someone's in trouble for not reporting them. That's how insidious this is becoming. Right at the heart of our government. He is also instructed lawyers to treat international law on an equal footing as national law, our laws, even though that is not the case in law. International law has no rights above British law. British law is sovereign. International law is merely treaty. It has not been passed. It now includes, this guidance now includes something like 23 compliance references to international law, some of which don't even apply to Britain. He's blocked the government from using Parliament to override international agreements. So you could actually have a position where let's say Parliament decides, actually, we've got this law, let's call it the ECHR, we want to get rid of it. But Hermer is saying, effectively, you can't do that. That would breach international law. And international law has primacy over British law, which it doesn't. And so we could actually be in a position where he will forbid any act that gets rid of the ECHR. Ministers are now bound, regardless of manifesto promises, regardless of the will of Parliament, regardless of their own personal choice, into obeying Hermer. He's a dictator with no mandate, with not a single vote putting him in that level of power. And when you have a man who can't be voted in, can't be voted out, and yet has unlimited power without accountability, we are in a dictatorship. Now, across the whole of government, in the Labour Party, Tories, all of them, it's not just Labour, patience is wearing very, very thin. There are murmurs, there are rumours, there is anger. Some of it from senior people, including even senior cabinet members, fed up with this. Pat McFadden, for example, is well known to loathe and hate Hermer. Thomas Simmons, another one, does not like and does disagree on a regular basis with it. And of course Mahmood, the Justice Secretary, in name only, because she can't do anything unless he signs off on it. What's the point of having a Justice Secretary if the decisions on the law are being taken by an unelected wanker, a fat slob of a man? They are all fuming because he is strangling policy. He is strangling everything they want to do with his sweeping power grab and his maximal legal advice that's unwanted, unhelpful, and comes literally from his very close relationship, and I think very, very close relationship, with the Prime Minister. Now, with so many people against him, you have to wonder now, how long can Hermer last? How long is Starmer willing to protect him? And would they be willing to oust Starmer in order to get rid of Hermer? And it's well known, of course, that not Rachel Reeves, that Angela Rayner is another one. Can't stand him. Hates and loathes Starmer, of course, and Hermer is Starmer's buddy. So if Angela Rayner did become Prime Minister, Hermer will be out looking for another job. And it couldn't happen to a nicer bunch. Hey ho, let me know what you think. Thanks very much. Goodbye.